Hello, so it's back. The plane is back in my dreams in a very different way. I actually closed my eyes in my dreams. I was so frightened to see it again. Okay, very strange. This time it was on a television set. The dream had been very weird, involving singing and dancing, but I was suddenly watching the television somewhere I didn't recognise, and I saw the same man that I saw in the original dream with the plane. Don't see his face, slight curl to his hair, tall, and he wasn't wearing a black suit like the Shadow Men, jumper, trousers, and he was on the TV with the looking at the at something. And it was like the plane was superimposed sort of half over him. And I was frightened. I actually went, no, I can't see the plane, can't see the plane. And it was doing the same thing. It was moving out of the TV kind of thing. Not fully out of the TV, but I could just see it doing exactly what it did before. And I was frightened. Make of that what you will. I don't know what this is all about, but it's getting worse, and I will go into it in a moment. In the meantime, if you're new here, and a lot of you are new or coming in who aren't subscribing, please subscribe. You'll really help the channel, because a lot of my predictions are starting to come true about flooding. I mean, look at what's happening in Ukraine. All sorts, I've been told about fires, all sorts of things are starting to come true. So please subscribe. It's really important we get that algorithm moving, and I get out to as many people as possible to warn them of what's coming. Okay, so let's get on with it. Right, so the plane thing gets worse, okay? As in this morning, I was sitting in bed actually, because my son was having to do an interview on, he was doing something on screen with somebody, so I kept out of his way, stayed in bed and actually did some channeling, and I was asked to, and I got the very strange sense that I was now on this plane, whatever this plane is, and what it's about. I do, you know, some people have said plane crash, whatever. There's definitely something. I was given a message before we actually go into what else I have been told. I asked about it, and they told me it is a message about time for me to decipher. I asked if it was about a crash. They confirmed it wasn't about me, because sometimes that can be a metaphor for something in your life. And I was told it was about something that to them had already happened, but to me, they weren't so sure. It is a crash. So I don't know. I really hope I'm proved wrong and timelines change. Just by me talking about this can stop it. So hopefully, yeah, they were very cagey in confirming that to me, because I think they're worried I'll just stop doing this because I don't like it. Yeah, but there is something. It's something to do with time. Now, when I've talked about time in the past, there are a lot of taps going on, and yet very strange noises just before I started. I saw 404. Now I've been seeing 303, 555. There are lots of strange noises. So listen out for them. It's very important, whatever it is, because they've been pushing me to get ready to do it. So, yeah. So I don't know, but I have talked about seeing a plane go through a time portal before. But everything is planes for me at the minute as well. You've had me watching all sorts about planes. It's a massive message. And I meant to get the name of the lady. We'll get to it though. This is, oh my God, there's a plane going over. And it's, oh, that's freaky. You know, you don't normally bother about them. You just occasionally hear them. You don't think anything of it. I'm hearing them all. I had that last time it started coming in. So whatever it is mega important. Because yesterday, and I was doing a reading for someone, and the message was partly about them for definite, but it continued after I'd finished the reading. So lots of sirens. And when I hear sirens, last time I heard sirens like that was when the COVID was coming, and I had another medium friend who had the same thing. So something's coming. It may have been about the dam for the Ukraine, because they're worried about the power plant. So I have a feeling they're going to give me more channeled information about that in the next video. I've got a lot to do today, they said. So it's already off gone the day. Okay. So they gave me some more information. But this plane, this scared the life out of me, because they then showed me on the plane oxygen mask coming down. Okay, now we've talked about that in, you know, in sort of life coaching scenarios where you can't help anybody until you put this light over there, a mask over your face on the plane. You know, they use it all the time, but it does not mean that in this context. I don't know what it means. It's really weird. And they showed me sitting on the plane. I can even tell you that the seats are like really tweedy, not tweed. They've got that orange and whatever. They keep showing me airlines. Now they keep showing me Britannia Airways. Now I'm pretty sure they don't exist anymore. I don't know. Do they? Because I see a lot of aircraft, some are from the past. I mean, I remember Britannia Airways and Dan Air. I mean, for heaven's sake, do you know what I'm talking? And there's all Freddie Lake. I was a child, you know, but I remember going on those planes. So I see them, I see planes from the past. I've told you about these, the Hindenburg I see. And I see very futuristic, weird, steampunk looking things as well. But I saw Air Italia the other day. I've even seen a plane on the ground covered in Union Jacks. I've seen British Airways one, Air France, all sorts. One with orange markings, all sorts of things. Very strange. They're usually over the sea. And but they showed me, and these seats were across, so I'm sitting in my room and I can see these seats. Now they kept it vague because I know if they make it stronger I'll start freaking, because you know what I think, you know, you don't suddenly want your reality completely altered. Am I making this up? Absolutely not, for you skeptics out there. No way. I don't like planes. I don't like flying, right? I hate it. So that's the last thing I would imagine, okay? I like takeoff. I like landing. I don't do turbulence in the middle. I can't bear it, and it's too boring. And I'm one of these people who is, are we there yet? Can't be doing with that. Anyway, so that's the last thing I would imagine. And if I was going to try and terrify myself for some reason, I'd imagine spiders everywhere. Okay, that's what I do. So I can see these seats. And they're like a orangey, I don't know, the orangey, I don't know if that's relevant, orangey sort of, orangey red and something in the seats, very odd. And I see the plane full of the shadow men, okay? Now I have seen trains with them like this before, but that was years ago. And that was for me, that was about me and my writing. This I've been showed over and over again. It's not about me, it's not a message for me, it's a world message. So I'm on this plane, and before that I'd seen them looking out of the window before they did this to me on this plane. And I thought, oh, I don't want to be on that thing. I did write about being on that thing and having a vision ages ago, but I have left that, and I haven't written anymore because they told me to stop. My mum died and that, so everything went out the window. I've had to deal with a lot of emotions for that. But that is something very separate that's been dealt with. And as I've said, my mum is around in spirit. And But this plane, and I'm sitting on there, and it's crashing. It's going somewhere. And usually I see them tipping into the water. Also, oh, it's horrible. It's really horrible. And to now have it bleed through into your dreams, it's just as a vision. It's disrupting my dreams. Somebody's bringing me a message from somewhere. That man is bringing me a message from somewhere. I don't know if it's to do with a plane crash. There is some message coming through time, they're telling me. And he's here. It's a spirit. With a child, a baby. Little girl, pink dress. I don't know. I just have to go with what I'm given. And so anyway, the oxygen mask comes down. I can see all the Mabs next to me. I can see Nathan, my main guide, across from me on the other lot of seats across the aisle. I'm sitting on the aisle seat. And then I look in the cockpit, and I'm trying to see the cockpit. And I can't, and I think, oh my God. And all of a sudden, I get up and I start going to the front of the plane to try and help. He gets up, gets after me, pulls me back, and puts me back in my seat with a seatbelt. And then several times after that, I've seen myself in the water. And you know where it's bobbing, where your head's up here and then you're down underneath. And I can see the water. It's really intense. It's really very, very strange. So I don't know what's happening, but I did get some information. As usual, it's a bit jumbled. So we're just going to go with it as it is. Where are the other bits? Okay. Got it. Very strange. Some of it is now referring to my writing. They want me writing again because it's a channeled message. Okay, but this moving in slow motion stuff is really freaky. So I'll describe that bit to you. I did get information. If you want to wait until the end, if you're interested in the Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield thing, because I've got a prediction for that coming as well. It's not over. In the next two days? 2 days, really? We're going to have more visitations to Earth from extraterrestrials that will be recorded, and they're going to be monumental. And that's really weird because I just watched News Nation or something. I'd done this channeling beforehand, and then I went on this YouTube brought up, I think it was News Nation or something, about how there's a whistleblower saying that we have extraterrestrial craft again, and it's causing a stir in the US. And so that was kind of weird. Confirmation. There's going to be visitations though. Okay. Now, I've talked about this before as well with the plane thing. I see the White Cliffs of Dover, and I see one of the planes, orange markings, this one crash into the White Cliffs of Dover, which is really freaky. This time I'm standing, and I've been seeing this guy off and on for a while, and now I know who he is properly. Comes in different forms, but he was standing on the cliff all in black with a staff. And he was different to the Merlin character I saw in my healing the other day. It's Archangel Metatron. So he's at the side of me. Then the guy, remember, who oversees whatever I'm doing here, he likes to be called Old Man. I keep getting Eisenhower. I still get Eisenhower. He's standing next to me on the other side. They're all in black. I'm in my black dress, and I'm standing there, and this plane, there was that one crashed below us into the White Cliffs, and then there's one comes overhead, and it's like so low, and they're just like this, and couldn't hear anything, really low. I think that happened a couple of times actually. I did have a vision of me standing, looking out to sea from the cliffs, black sky and all this lightning coming down. Really, really odd. Massive storms coming in for the world. Emotional, mental, physical, everything. And I've been seeing lightning a lot for the last few days. It appears to me on the TV. What was I? Oh yeah, I watched the thing on Tesla. Yeah, so I don't know if it's to do with messaging. I watched Ancient Aliens last night. Tesla, and how they reckoned he was getting downloads from extraterrestrials, or he was one. The big debate, and it's like, so when they're trying to get a message through like that to me, I will see lightning. I could even see just a symbol of lightning. It comes on the TV non-stop. That was on last night. I just decided to watch it, and then we're talking about all of that. So it could be a download of information that's coming. I don't know. I've got lights on over there, and I'm getting little blue lights around it. All of that, I was seeing non-stop. Same as the 1303 that I get. The 1555, they're part of that as well. They usually mean massive transformation and change. Okay, so that was quite. Then I've been seeing the submarine again in the water. I've seen the plane in the water. Now, I keep thinking about MH370. It's nothing to do with that. I have said where I think that is. I do get little bits. My son does not want me talking about it, so I'm not going to. What else have we got? The plane in the water. It's like lying on the bottom. And that's not the MH370, that's just one of these planes. It's all to do with time. Then, again, it's all to do with the sea. I can see now he's stopped showing me this for a while. He's showing me it again. Him, Nathan, at a lighthouse, making the light go round as he's controlling it. Then I see myself. You know that bit in because the show they tried to compare it to that, and I don't know why. Matrix, the last, not Resurrections, the third one, where he's lying strapped to, is it the spacecraft or something? I can't remember. Well, apparently I'm strapped to this light. Great, thanks for that. And the light is shining out into the dock. Then I saw an island exploding. Then, this is the weird thing, a gherkin. Now, when I say a gherkin, I mean the gherkin in London coming out of the sea, rising up. I don't know if that's a reference to. I don't know what that's a reference to. Remember, these are, some of these things are metaphors, or they're things that are going to happen. And I don't know. They've talked about London having floods. So I don't know. So another plane ditching in the sea, being in the water again. Right, I've told you that bit. Then I was somewhere where I was taking out little pyramids from in here and making them float around like little fireflies. That was very odd. Into the dark sky. It's all about light, projecting light. Then I saw loads of people standing again. Remember, I go on about this a lot. And there was mist around them. And then I heard a voice say, the 44,000, not the 144,000, the 44,000. So, what's that? Then I saw my story again. Now, there was a Korean guy in it, and I could see his face more clearly this time. Then, what I've forgotten to mention, they often show all the MIBs sitting in a cinema, or women as well, sitting in a cinema, and I see the screen, and this is their message that comes in. They sometimes start it like this, and they call it a transmission. So this is their transmission, and they're sitting in the cinema, and they basically want me to watch what's unfolding. And on the screen is a black and white counting down 1, 2, you know, that old style. then I see all these things. But I saw the plain stuff. That was different. And then I'm always told by Nathan, watch the birdie. It's usually an eagle. But I don't know if it's me sometimes. I don't know. Really, then I had, and I think I was with Archangel Metatron at one point, I'm looking down at waterfalls. This is to do with the plane again, and it's slow moving. Looking down at the waterfalls, and when I say waterfalls, I mean waterfalls, but they were tightly packed in, and the drop was phenomenal. Yeah, I always think of Sherlock Holmes and Rhinebeck Falls. I'm a Sherlock Holmes buff. Yeah, and it's that kind of thing. And they showed me falling like that. I jumped, and I was, the first time I jumped, I was caught by Nathan. The second time I jumped, I was falling. There was somebody falling with me though, and I don't know who it was, but I was falling, bit like Alice in Wonderland, bit like I'd written in one of my stories, but this was completely different. And I was falling really fast, and then all of a sudden it started to slow down, and I was moving like the plane in slow motion. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I reached the end. So really creepy. Then I heard the word propulsion. Okay, I don't know why they were saying propulsion. They're always on about propulsion. And then I was told it was all about time and slowing it down. Look to propulsion. So I don't know if that's what message is coming in there, but that's what I've got. And I know there's more to come this afternoon. So we'll see what happens. Very odd though, but definitely some strange things going on, and a lot's coming, and it's world stuff. That's finished though. I will be doing another video with what's coming. As I say, please subscribe. If you want a personal reading with me, you can check them out on my website. I've got loads of great testimonials on there now from people who've been, kind enough to do one for me, and they're just amazing. I'm so grateful to you all for people who've been coming for readings, especially Angel Life Path readings, and for your testimonials. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you to Tony for becoming a member. Tony Muntz. I probably said your name wrong. Please forgive me. Okay. But yeah, thank you very much. And for all those, I think it's Lisa as well, of all the people who are my members. There's more stuff coming to go on the Orion membership. So I'm going to start my shop very soon. So thank you to all of you watching and subscribing and supporting me that way as well with your comments. It's brilliant. Thank you so very much. Got a good little community building here. So yeah, please join us if you haven't already. Okay, I'm going to go, but I'm going to leave you with this. I've been told that Holly Willoughby will be leaving this morning within 3 weeks. Let's see if the Shadow Men are right about that. Okay, 3 weeks. She'll be leaving. Under a cloud as well, apparently. Ooh. Make of that what you will. Remember, not my opinions. That's just what I hear. Okay, take care, and I shall see you next time.